Makoto spends all of his perk points maxing out his luck. If that sure isn't Makoto to a T. That man's as lucky as I don't know what. Good day, good people. Toon, Dave, Year of the Ascent, and it's Thursday. Another fine day in the Year of the Ascent. United States Aviator. It's time. We won't dilly. We won't dally. You know what we're here for. The Danganronpa Hunger Games. As always. As every week. Are you ready? Because today we have some of the spiciest rivals, and their partners will be helping them out. Not even just Danganronpa rivals, we got rivals from all over the place. In fact, let me tell you who's here. The Jacket Failures, Kaito and Kanji Kaito, trying to get the upper hand on Follow My Lead's Kokichi with Nekamaru. The big sisters have Sarah and Mukuro, and Sarah butting heads with So and Just Say It Ain't So, but Aiko's here with him. The power of God in anime, I think, is the rarest team here, because I think you could say that there's rivals on both halves, Azuru and Fumi, rivaling Fusion Ha, Taka, and Hajime. Azuru with Hajime and Fumi and Taka, because, you know, Chapter 3. The hotheads, we have Mahiru and Himino, as well as rivaling Fuyuhiko with Mahiru. Chihiro's here to help out. Hope's Last Stand. I guess you could say this is also, at its heart, a double rivalry with Nani Aichiaki and Makoto, and Monica and Junko of the Masterminds. Show me your moves! Tinko and Iris battling for the heart of Himiko with the False Gods. Angie rivaling Tinko with a little help from Rhea. Eye for an Eye, Munakata with Dimitri. Munakata rivaling with Tengen of the Headmasters. Jin here to assist him, the selfless saviors Juzo and Keiji. Rivaling for Munakata's heart is Chisa for Juzo, with Homeroom, with Kizakura, and the Horn Bears, Sato and Rantaro. And it's just the natural rivalry with Team Spoiled, Natsumi and Oda. And then our last few. Expert deductions. Kyoko battling out for Makoto's heart. Naoto here to help her, trying to take down Sayaka of, I won't say it, Pure Boys, Yuta and Joe, with their natural rivals for this season, the Agents of Chaos, the Dark Arts Specialist, Lysithia and Kotoko. And those are the rivalries we have here today. So tell me, in a battle of these rivals, who do you think would take down the other team swiftly, the most swiftly? And then also pick first, second, and third, because those picks and those comments are important. Like this one, and that one, and even that one right there, right down yonder, because last week we had some fun. Last week we did have some fun, let me tell you. And we could have fun today, because you know we have to do. Let's calm that down. Because it's time. Is it time? It's not actually time right now. Now it'll be time in 3, tag team 2, 1. I didn't push the button. There it is. And in 3, 2, 1. It's time. The wheel is only going to look heftier from this point out. The tag team Agents of Chaos have not reigned chaos, and if we scroll down, I just want to get a good glimpse of them. There they are, sitting right there at the bottom. Will they do what their counterpart Chisa, who's also technically here today, did last week? I don't know, but in 3, 2, 1, we'll find out. And, oh, it's absolutely safe. Not a chance. Not a chance this time. We'll stop that recording. Chaos does not reign. And I bet you're wondering, as we hit that, the tag teams are just taking their time to have chaos reign. Well, let me tell you, Chaos Reign probably so early for Chisa because Chisa had something to prove. She had to prove that she was a fantastic agent of chaos, and boy did she. When it comes to the Dark Arts Specialist, however, Kotoko has nothing to prove. We've seen her be chaotic in these games, truly chaotic. She's the master of the Dark Arts. It just fit. So she's taking her time, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. But will that be right now? Will that be today? I don't know, but let me make my picks. I got the Horn Bears for first, and in fact, I got Sato picking up the big win. I got that. I'm here for that. I'm here for the Horn Bears. Give me non-AI Chiaki for second, because you never sleep on non-AI Chiaki. She's also one of those joke characters who all of a sudden picks up a win. And then give me Dimitri for third, Prince Pretty himself. Those are my picks. Those are my three. Sato, non-AI Chiaki, and Dimitri. But for right now, we just have to. Right. It's not. See, I'm just so used to normality, and then this season the die's just been popping off for some reason. I don't even know where it is this time. In fact, I usually never know. I don't even know what happened last week. It just do 1 second, and then literally a millisecond later, it was just in my hand, and I have no clue where it is, but I do know what to do when I do have a clue, and if I need a clue to find the die, I write all the clues down in my handy dandy notebook. Right, okay, so a die. Interesting, interesting. Alright. So first, we draw a little bit of a square. You know, four-sided figure. Kind of looks a little janky, but that's fine. Draw the lines on the outside, come down and around to give it the cubish center. Draw 6 dots, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on that side, 2 on the top, and then 4 on the other side. Erase some of the unsightly looking parts, and then boom, a photorealistic die. So that brings us to 3 clues. So what could we be trying to do with, let's go back here real quick, podiums, horns, oh yes, and a photorealistic die. Gotcha. Get out of here. Outsmarted you yet again, freaking die. Fool. Let's roll this and let's start resimulating. Let's get this game a-going. But how many times are we gonna hit this? I don't know. Oof, big roll. Is that one? That's just one time. Just a single time. You know what? The single time resimulates always seem to be real chaotic. So as we feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme, calm the music, and just one time, we resimulate. To get what is bound to be one of the most spectacular tag team games in all of history. Who will come out on top? I already told you guys it's going to be the Horn Bears, because as we proceed to the bloodbath, there are podiums, as I said in my clues, and there are tributes as well. There are horns, and we have to sound them. So can you please sound the horns? You love to hear it. Natsumi grabs as many weapons as humanly possible. A sudden urge of dread overcomes Yuta as they notice Azuru staring at him. Fair. That's a scary man's. That's a scary man's. Tenko seriously contemplates suicide. Think again. Dimitri grabs a shovel. Iris and So fight for a bag. Iris gives up and retreats. Sato finds a bag full of explosives. Kaito and Rantaro fight for a bag. Rantaro gives up and retreats. But it's okay because Sato already has a bag full of explosives for the team, my boy. Himino uses a shovel to kill and bury Kokichi. That man's is out of here first. Sarah sets off an explosive, killing Naoto, Kanji, and Kyoko. That is the entirety of expert deductions and one half of the jacket failures. Luckily, Kaito didn't live up to Luminary of the Losers, and actually, Kokichi is the Luminary of the Losers today, so perhaps this is Kaito's day. Aiko begs for one of the weapons Tengen has picked up. He reluctantly gives it to Aiko, who immediately kills Tengen with it. Aiko, you love to see it. Nakamaru shoots an arrow into Taka's head, rest in peace. Lysithea and Kotoko fight for a bag, and the chaos that is brimming in their beings have them turn on each other because Lysithea strangles Kotoko with the straps and just runs. Do I have my water right? I got some water right here. I need a sip after that. What on earth? Angie, Munakata, and Jin assist each other in getting the best of weapons. Joe bashes Monika's head in with a base. This has been a bloody bloodbath. And it continues as Cyril stabs Nani Aichiaki with a tree branch. Trees, never forget. Chihiro strangles Oda with a rope. Mahiru time travels in from a past game in her blue police call box. I didn't know Mahiru was the doctor. Hajime finds a canteen full of water. Mukuro runs away from the cornucopia. Fuyuko stays there for resources. Rei and Sayaka recognize each other and both put their faith in their trust in one another. How do you two know each other? I don't want to know. Makoto runs into the forest, runs into a Yeti in the forest, but manages to escape. Keiji grabs a machete. Kizakura runs away from the cornucopia. Chisa, this is why we have the rivalry episode, overpowers Juzo, killing him. Didn't need her tag team partner. She just took out Juzo. Hifumi takes a running start, and Superman punches Junko's skull clean off of her body. I think did the masterminds? Yeah, the masterminds are out on the bloodbath too. That's nuts, and we still have to get through day 1. As Joe investigates the school grounds looking for clues, I already found all the clues we need today, Joe. All the clues we need. Togami berates Jin for hours. Jin thinks he and Togami grew closer that day. Is Togami in here cheating for Team Spoiled? Are they gonna win? Yuta feigns death, tricking Sayaka into ignoring him. Deciding to work together for the day, these two rivals, Angie and Mahiru, build an igloo for shelter. See, now we don't even have rivals taking each other out. We have that, but we also have rivals deciding to work together to survive. Chiro attempts to strangle Keiji, but awkwardly ends up massaging his shoulders. That seems about right. Aiko decides, or offers rather, to sell her friendship to Mukuro. So and Munakata talk about their lives. Makoto receives pancakes from Avi. That's very either extremely lucky or unlucky for you, my good sir. Tinko goes nya to annoy Rhea. Sarah, Himino, and Azuru make homemade weapons. Iris accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. Fair, Dimitri and Hajime are sitting in a tree. K-A-S-S-I-N-G. Kaito receives a gift from a secret admirer. It's... oh god. That's repulsive. Which one of you nasties? Avi, the ultimate jinx, comments on how well Chisa's doing. Fuyuhiko watches as Chisa accepts her fate and walks right off of a cliff. There's embracing the chaos, and then there is seeing that there's a jinx and just, you can't beat it, so Chisa knew what she had to do. Sato ambushes Cyril and kills him. That's why I picked you. Hifumi and Rantaro play cards. Hifumi loses all of his life points and is killed for it. Rest in peace to Hifumi. That's an intense card game. I wonder what they're playing. Kizakura teaches Lysithea some fighting moves. Little does Lysithea know that Kizakura is teaching her wrong as a joke. Nakamaru receives a first aid kit from the comments section. You guys are supporting one of the biggest, buffest men that there are, and Natsumi unknowingly eats toxic berries. We lost 17. But that's not just, let me break that down for you. That is 17 without an arena event. Without the feast, it was just the bloodbath and day 1, and it's 17, so I don't know why they're popping off like this. But we do indeed have to give a Claire de Lune 4. Kokichi, Naoto, Kanji, Kyoko, Tengen, Taka, Kotoko, Monica, Nani Aichiaki, Oda, Juzo, Junko, Iris, Chisa, Cyril, Hifumi, Natsumi. And so as you see everybody's statuses, I do need to do a quick double check. I don't remember quite how many people were in this game. I know there's quite a few. Control F alive. 27 remain. So still slightly larger than a standard size game. But in one day, we almost lost a standard size game. So... What can really be said about that other than we just need to go ahead and proceed. In terms of teams that are completely out, I think it's just the Mastermind, Spoiled, and Expert Deductions. Everyone else has at least one folk still in, trying to carry their team to victory. But who will win? I am not so certain. Interesting, I didn't notice that. Let's proceed to night 1. Aiko and Rei are trapped inside of a box for the night. They decide to use their imaginations to liven things up. Rantaro tries to sing himself to sleep. I'm sure he's a lovely singer. He's developed some sort of tonality due to all of the ocarina that he's been playing. Munakata asks Tinko to help him to go to sleep. Tinko suddenly lifts Munakata onto her shoulders before dropping Munakata's head onto her knee. Munakata is out cold. Munakata has gone to sleep. Fuyuko was too cute for this world and ascended to a different plane of existence. I'll buy that. I believe that. Lysithea catches Mukuro with a giant box of comically placed banana peels. Someone's gonna slip and perish on those. Angie and Joe build an igloo for shelter. Himino, feeling especially kind tonight, gives Mahiro a muffin. Look at that. Look at that teamwork. Look at that nice teamwork. Shiro feels himself developing a crush for Sato. Okay. Sayaka destroys Hajime's supplies while he's asleep. Probably stole his wizard robe too. You nasty. I bet you're the one who gave that nasty item earlier. After losing repeatedly to Kizakura in chess, Sarah tosses the game board into the campfire. Azuru gets infected with the despair disease. Azuru starts clinging to So. Can't say I saw that one coming, but I guess that's the despair disease for you. Nekomaru receives an explosion from an unknown sponsor. KG acts cute. Aww. Aww. Dimitri tries to sing himself to sleep. Yuta grabs Kokichi by the throat. Apparently he's just grabbing Kokichi's corpse by the throat. Because Kokichi's gone. Jin makes hot stew for dinner before bedding down for the night. Makoto spends all of his perk points maxing out his luck. If that sure isn't Makoto. To a T. That man's as lucky as I don't know what. Kaito charges his ultimate move. Makoto is... Everyone changed your pick to Makoto right now. Let's proceed. Today 2. So, Sato, Mukuro, and Dimitri join the Chad Septic Eye cult. Okay. Nekomaru, Angie, Lysithea, and Hajime swim in a magical lake hidden deep beneath the arena whose mystical waters turn them into chibi forms of themselves. Magic doesn't always have to be useful, but it sure is cute. Jin is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Azuru finds a bikini and puts it on. It's quite revealing. Wait, that's the wrong simulator. Okay, that's fine. Azuru, you look at that. Good on you. In an effort to survive, Rhea tries to strangle Sayaka with toilet paper. Sayaka tears through it and breaks Rhea's neck in retaliation. They recognized each other earlier. They were helping each other out earlier, and then Sayaka stabs Rhea in the back. I can't think of any blue-haired person who's ever decided to stab Rhea in the back. My hero tries to find every Monokuma on the school grounds. Yuta and Kaito build a shelter together, both of them having conflicting ideas on interior design. Sarah receives fresh food from a mysterious man dressed as a wizard, assuring Hajime. Aiko spends the whole day walking around in shoes made of Lego. She is truly ascended beyond humanity. Keiji glares at Joe and says, "Do you want to die?" Joe runs away. Togami berates Chihiro for hours. Chihiro, however, thinks he and Togami grew closer that day. Togami is secretly in the arena. I'm betting that's why Team Spoiled might win. Rantaro tries to... They're out. Never mind. They are both eliminated. They're not going to win. Rantaro tries to spearfish with a trident. Munakata gets drenched in honey. Sticky. Makoto does a cool skateboard trick to amuse Kizakura, and he landed it. You know why? Because he's lucky. Tinko goes hunting, and Himino drinks some cocoa to stay warm. We lost. Just 2. Just 2, which means we're at your final 25. And after this, Claire de Lune 4. Fuyuhiko. Rhea. We'll see. It's just those, just those 2. So no other teams are now completely out. It's still just Spoiled, Expert Deductions, and the Masterminds, who have lost everyone. But what can I say except there's 25 left. So we gotta keep on keeping on. Are you ready to proceed with the action? I hope you are. We don't have any major killers except for Sarah with 3 right now, correct? Yes, everyone else has like 1 or less. Yeah, 1 or less, nobody even has 2. We'll proceed to see if that changes. And it might, as Lysithea battles, well actually there's no death here. Battles Kizukura in an intense game of rock, paper, scissors, Lysithea loses and has a sad feeling in her chest. Nekomaru, Aiko, and Chihiro find the Triforce, and they each take a piece for themselves. Nekomaru now has the Triforce of Courage, Aiko the Triforce of Wisdom, and Chihiro, embracing that inner strength, former champion, the ultimate, the Triforce of Power. As Himino fends, let me tell you, Sato, Munakata, and Kaito away from her fire. Makoto, what are you doing with my soundboard? What are you playing? No. What, Makoto? I'm looking down right there. She's not even dead. You can't even play this song. Even I mean, I know that it's absolutely glorious, but she's still alive. She's throwing what she thinks is a Molotov at Mukuro, but it turns out it's just a rag. It's not even on fire. She's just. Are we just gonna say it's glorious because she's looking like a doof right now? I mean, I'm fine with that, but we gotta keep on keeping on. As Tenko and Hajime talk about the tribute still alive, Jin reminisces about the Year of the Aviator. Good times. I still sometimes say Year of the Aviator accidentally. I've had to redo, like, the little intro bit because I've said Year of the Aviator or Year of the Horizon because it flows off the tongue so easily. Rantaro thinks about home. Izuru's ultimate move is fully charged. Who was charging their move earlier? Wasn't it Kaito? So and Angie have a tea party together. And while reaching out for the kettle, So knocks over, spilling imaginary tea, boiling water rather, on Angie's lap. It burns like the real thing though. Despite Yuto's constant begging, Sarah decides to leave his campsite. Joe and Mahiru huddle for warmth. Keiji tries to treat his infection, and Dimitri thinks about home. We're at day 3 now. As So throws sand into the eyes of Chihiro, and everything's been a little bit calm as Kizukura makes a Danganronpa rewrite where Aiko is the protagonist. That actually sounds kind of interesting. I'd like a proper introduction to the student council. Kaito and Sayaka build a shelter together. Both of them have conflicting ideas on interior design. Mukuro starts to go crazy, insane. Izuru tells Sato to train her elbows. Sato's elbows get too swollen and end up knocking Izuru off of a tree, killing them. Well, poor Izuru. Dimitri throws some sand into the eyes of Munakata, causing Munakata to go temporarily blind for the rest of the game. Well, if that ain't an eye for an eye. Both members of Eye for an Eye involved in an event where someone goes temporarily blind. Tenko stabs Mahiru with a skewer and then hides the weapon and some meat on the bone. Rest in peace to her. I can't believe Tenko killed Himiko's tag team partner. Tenko, what are you doing? Jin takes a sip of tea, but the scalding hot liquid proves too hot for him. He spits it out in Joe's face, and now that man's burned. He's got Zuko burns on his face. Angie gives Hajime her blessings to marry Himino. Hajime and Himino have no idea what the heck she's on about. Nekomaru is trying to overthrow Avi. It's not gonna work. You fail miserably, but you survive thanks to sharpshooting, steel-minded big sister Sarah. As Makoto sets up an ice cream shack, Rantaro comes and buys some. It's delicious. Yuta and Lysithea hunt for other tributes, and Keiji smells a rat. Well, I only smell 2 dead bodies. And despite the bloodbath going so shockingly fast, we've been losing 2 a day at this point, so we can just take a step back, calm this down, give a Claire de Lune for Izuru, Mahiru. And that brings us to 23. And as we see everybody's statuses, that gives us the power of God and anime now completely out. Hotheads still have Himino, so Mahiru's death could not be in vain, perhaps. Everyone else, we can go through them. Kaito, Nekomaru, both of the big sisters, and both of Seide and So maybe Keiji was smelling a rat in there. Hajime for Fusion Ha, Himino for the Hotheads, Small and Mighty has Chihiro, Hope's Last Stand with Makoto, Show Me Your Moves has Tenko, False Gods with Angie, Eye for an Eye completely in, one of them is temporarily blind for the rest of the game, Headmasters with Jin Kirigiri, Selfless Saviors have Keiji, The Homeroom has Kizukura, The Hornbearers completely in, Spoiled completely out, so is Expert Deductions, skipping it. Pure Boy is still completely in, and Lysithea took out her tag team partner but still remains in this matchup. Can she win it? Can anyone win it? I don't know, but we still got some time to go. Let's proceed, because things are just, oh, well, Kaito is hot and bothered. It will not be his day because Lysithea set Kaito on fire with a flamethrower. That will get you hot and bothered. Keiji, Yuta, and Sayaka enter a scrum debate with Tenko, Sarah, and Hajime. They argue about who's the best boy in Danganronpa. Tenko's probably like, there are no best boys because boys can never be the best. Sato! And Yuta's like, but I won the best boy battle. There's some interesting dynamics going on. Keiji and Sarah on opposing sides too. Interesting. Sato and So huddle for warmth. Himino and Rantaro become best friends after bonding over their shared love of 17th century sea shanties. Angie misses their planned meeting with Nekomaru and Nas, has a sad feeling in her chest. Joe and Munakata start kicking Mukuro for unknown reasons. Dimitri finishes his nighttime coffee before joining in. I, the ultimate jinx, that's me, walk up to Chihiro and say, you know what? You're doing good. Kizakura also walks up to Chihiro and says, that's rough, buddy, because I might have jinxed Chihiro a little bit. Aiko gets a hold of my soundboard and you were struck down for using copyrighted. We don't do that yonder these parts, except when we do, and then it's really fine because I've never gotten a copyright strike. Jin is unable to start a fire in soups without warmth, and Avi gets a hold of my Makoto gets a hold of my soundboard. What are you again? You know what? You killed. Breaking the fourth wall. It's right here. You're not getting it. You're smited. That's bad luck for you. It's not about luck. It's about me getting involved in these games. Let's proceed to day 4. Dimitri asks for Sarah's axolotl. Sarah gets confused. Once again, I don't know who let them into this arena. They're cute, admittedly, but no, don't. She doesn't have one. She's not sharpshooting, steel-minded, axolotl-loving Big Sister Sarah. Joe eats dirt. Delicious. Nekomaru puts on a pair of stutter shades, increasing his aesthetic level tenfold, making Keiji and Jin envious. Kizakura confesses how much he has come to hate Yuta. Yuta says the feeling is mutual. Hajime and Lysithea have a picnic. Hajime uses this chance to push Lysithea off of a cliff she will not be winning for her tag team partner. Munakata falls into a frozen lake but ends up popping out as an ice cube. He is freed by So and is miraculously. He survives. Sayaka buys AV merchandise from AV Wears and Despairs. She gets a discount too because she works there. Yeah, Mukuro and Angie receive report cards evaluating their performances game. Mukuro gets an A, Angie gets a C, and Himino gets a big fat F, but she can change that if she wins this whole thing. Rantaro washes his hands in the river. Sato uses their special attack on Tenko, the Mega Destruction Dark Ball of Destruction. Of darkness and destruction, rather. It did no damage, 0 damage. Aiko violently shakes a tree to knock loose some fruit, and Chihiro camouflages himself in the bushes. As we proceed, we lost 3 this time. More than before. I think we're still at 20. What is becoming a slow grind still deserves a Clear Day Loom 4. Kaito, Makoto, Lysithea. And I believe that's now the end of the Jacket Failures check, Hope's Last Stand check, and the Dark Arts Specialist check. So we are making our way through this. My biggest fear now is that we will have like an arena event and things will just be like, oh, and the feast, which is also waiting, oh, and then it'll just cut everyone in half, and then it'll be immediately time for your saving grace picks, or it'll take us to like our final 2 or something weird, something wild. I have a feeling that this game is gonna end kind of crazy, because you know what? Statistically, resimulations of 1, always a little bit strange, especially in terms of pacing. But you know who's still in. Still 20 left, right? I'm not popping off alive. Yeah, 20. Alright, let's proceed, right? We just gotta keep on keeping on. Let's go ahead. Let's proceed to night 4. As Joe, we've seen this before, kills Yuta for his supplies. Joe was like, you know what? Yuta, get out of here. Your mind's not in it. You lost your title. Get out of here. Jin tries to treat his infection. Mukuro does a quick prayer to Atua before going to sleep. Sarah begs for Kizakura to kill her. He refuses, keeping Sarah alive. Himino makes a banquet for Keiji and Tenko. They both love the food. Chihiro has a dream of Dimitri winning. Is this a premonition or something? Hajime kills Sayaka with her own weapon. Now that is a reason to say that things are looking absolutely glorious. There's a kitchen knife and a gullet once again. Good job to you, Hajime. Good job to you. I hope you get back to the finale. I hope you do. Let's keep on keeping on. As Aiko and Munakata have a pose off, Munakata wins. Rantaro goes to the Love Hotel with Sato. Both die of exhaustion. Oh boy. That's their whole team! But you know what? They had a good time, so I can't be too mad. Maki grabs Nekomaru by the throat. So disowns Angie for being a disgrace to the family. Gosh darn it, horn bears. But you know what? Y'all did. Okay, we'll keep on. We'll proceed. It's day 5. Jin freezes to death after putting on a bikini in the winter. Fair. Joe and Kizukura look for more people to become friends with. Nekomaru makes a slingshot. So throws the sand of 1,000 blinding grains into the eyes of Angie and runs off. Himino impales Dimitri with a machete. Rest in peace to Dimitri. Keiji isn't surprised Hajime has made it this far. I mean, that man's has gone a little bit crazy and wants his wizard robe and is a former tag team champion. Sarah says something wrong and Chihiro calls them a foolish fool. Munakata bashes Aiko's head in with a mace. Rest in peace to her. And Tinko strangles Mukuro to death with a festive scarf. She got that for Christmas. Good on her. As we proceed. We lost 8 this time. Almost at your saving grace picks. That brings us to 12. But right now, it is a Claire de Lune 4. Yuta. Sayaka. Rantaro. Sato. Jin. Dimitri. Aiko. Mukuro. And so we'll see everybody's statuses. There are 12 left, and they are Nekomaru from Follow My Lead. The Big Sisters have Sarah. Say It Ain't So with So. Could he say it's so today? Fujianha wants their titles back with Hajime. The Hotheads with Himino. Chihiro, Small and Mighty. Show Me Your Moves, Tinko. The False Gods, Angie. Jin for an Eye, The Selfless Saviors with Keiji. Kizukura for Homeroom. The Pure Boys with Joe. And that's the lot. That's actually the lot. So we'll go ahead and we'll proceed. There's a lot of... I'm going to take a step back, not to jinx them. But there's a lot of Your Turn to Die. 4 of the remaining 12 are Your Turn to Die. Will it be their turn to die because I've jinxed them? Let's proceed to find out. At night 5, Tinko finds milk and cookies left conspicuously and eats them, leaving naught but empty dishes behind. How dare she? Those, I'm surprised that she didn't get food poisoning because those have been out since Christmas. Sarah sets a few more traps before returning for the night. Chihiro goes to the Love Hotel with Munakata, but somehow ends up waking up next to Angie. Keiji's unknown sponsor is So. Kizukura makes a Valentine for Himino, but Joe rushes in to steal it and tear that thing to pieces. Nekomaru and Hajime huddle together for warmth. Nobody perishes this time, but it's the feast, so someone probably will this time. As the cornucopias are replenished with food supplies, weapons supplies, memoir supplies, and tributes from the supplies of the tribute's family's supplies. Joe enjoys some steamed hams, despite the fact that they're obviously grilled. That's a trade secret. Keiji destroys So's memoirs out of spite. Nekomaru and Angie decide they're not going to go to the feast. Himino overpowers Sarah, killing her. Rest in peace to the chances of the Big Sisters. Who else? Kizukura, Chihiro, Munakata start fighting, but Chihiro runs away as Kizukura kills Munakata. Rest in peace to Munakata. And Tinko stabs Hajime with a tree branch. Rest in peace to him too. We did lose enough to get to your save and grace picks, but we still have day 5 to get through. Oh, I'm sorry, day 6. And at the start of day 6, Keiji gets his hand stuck in a can of Pringles. That man's is never gonna get that out. We're gonna have to cut that man's out. Someone get the chainsaw. Nekomaru finds a violin and plays it horribly to So's frustration. Himino does a sick kickflip, but ends up failing the landing and falls flat on her face. Joe is unable to convince Tinko not to kill him because he's a degenerate male. Chihiro, Kizukura, and Angie hunt for other tributes. We lost. More! Because the tributes are forced to help shovel snow in the arena. We keep getting all these ice storms and snowstorms, even though it's closing in on spring. Winter ain't done. Nekomaru despises manual labor and tricks Keiji and Himino into doing his share of the shoveling. Chihiro pretends to be a snowman and jumps out at the perfect moment to scare Tinko. This shocks Tinko so badly that she not only has a heart attack, but also falls off of a cliff onto a discarded landmine. In other words, she ain't alive. Kizukura almost decapitates So with a snow shovel. That might be enough to kill him, you know, because his head's almost off. And Angie gets snow in her boots, which is a horrible feeling. We lost a ton. 6 of the remaining 12, which means we are at your final 6. Which means Just barely we'll get some Samurai Woman, but for right now, it's a Claire de Lune 4. Sarah. Munakata. Hajime. Joe. Tenko. So. And I think we'll check out everybody's statuses, shall we? You know that you made some picks. Your picks might not be doing so great anymore. I know I might have picked the Hornbears and they might have had too good of a time this game and they are both out. But I digress. Your picks might not have done so well, my picks might not have done so well, but we have an opportunity to make some new picks, as it is time within your final 10 for what we like to call a moment of repicking, a moment of retribution, a moment where we make our saving grace picks. Follow my lead in the top 6 has Nekomaru. The hotheads still remain with Himino. Small and mighty has Chihiro. The false gods still have Angie. The selfless saviors still have Keiji. Homeroom with Kizakura rounds off your top 6. So Kizakura, Keiji, Angie, Chihiro, Himino, and Nekomaru. Your final 6, so you know what to do. At this point, this isn't your first rodeo, and if it is, you should like and subscribe because there's plenty more rodeos for you to check out in the description. Not in the description, on the channel. Plenty of Danganronpa Hunger Games. We have. If you have nothing to do, if you want something to binge, there's plenty of RNG for you to enjoy. But, in the comments, make your saving grace picks first, second, and third. Who do you think will get the win? Who will make it to the finale to fight for the tag team champions? I don't know. We're about to find out. First, second, and third, make them in the comments. Comment on your comment. Edit your comments. Comment in the Discord on your comments. Do everything that you gotta do. Make sure they're known. Make sure you got a record of being either completely correct or terribly incorrect. I'm gonna make mine. Give me Chihiro. I got Chihiro coming back. I got Chihiro being like, look, we won in singles, you and me, Fuihiko. Let's bring Mizuki with the tags. Let's make this our season. I got Chihiro for first. Give me Angie for second. Angie's got a rough history of second place. If Chaos reigned, I would have picked Angie for second from the get-go because she has that kind of unfortunate luck. Give me... Give me Kizakura for third. Yeah, I just love his hat. That's all I can say. Kizakura is a cool dude. Yeah, I can't say anything else. That's my man. But those are your final 6. Have you made your saving grace picks? I hope you have, because we are not waiting for anyone. We're taking a step back. Because Nekomaru, Himino, Chihiro, Angie, Keiji, and Kizakura are here. Their hearts are beating strong, fast, and at the same rate, the same pace, the same velocity as that of a samurai woman. One winner. Who will it be, unless there's like a tie at the end, which has happened before. Let's see who takes this one. As we proceed, your final 6. It's night 6. Angie steals Himino's first kiss. Nekomaru shouts from afar. Is that a JoJo reference? Keiji battles Chihiro in an intense game of rock, paper, scissors. Keiji bashes Chihiro's head in with an actual rock. Alright, well, my Jinx is alive and well. Kizakura fears Yuta. In fact, he fears all of the Asahinas. Fair. As we go to day 7, Nekomaru searches for firewood. Angie stabs Himino with a sword, revives them with their wish ring, and repeats the process until they are satisfied. But did you leave her with with life? Did you leave her on the revive cycle or with the sword cycle? I'm terrified. Kizakura and Keiji have a picnic on a cliff. Kizakura uses this chance to push Keiji off of the cliff. So we're at either your final 3 or your final 4, and as we proceed, we'll find out. We're at your final 3, because Himino did indeed perish. Ladies and gentlemen, because there is a variant of that where they live, but I know that there's something at the end of it that specifies that they did live. Yeah, Angie was just brutal. Angie was just, that was kind of terrifying. Just stabbing her, reviving her, I wish she were alive, stab, I wish she were alive, until her bloodlust is satisfied. Will she get second again? Will that anger take her to the victory? I don't know, but for right now, it's a terrible turnabout for our fallen three. Chihiro, Himino, Keiji. And with those half gone, these three remain. Nekomaru, who hasn't gotten a win since season 1, but he got 2 wins in season 1, so never forget that. Angie, for the false god, she might need some love, she might need some love too. And Kizakura from Homeroom, he's a good boy. Can he win for Chisa? Can he win for my ride or die this season, Usami? Kizakura, Angie, or Nekomaru. It is not unlikely, it is very possible that this all ends when we click proceed. But for right now, it's still just your final 5. In fact, within your final 5, it's your final 3. Which means it's time for what we like to call a crisis of fate. Are you prepared? Are you ready? Nekomaru, Angie, Kizakura, one will come out on top. One will ride on the sunset on the wings of victory to the tag team finale. And as we proceed, we will see that through the entire night, Nekomaru tells Kizakura a bunch of useless fun facts, and Angie just has no more motivation as we proceed to Day 8. Kizakura bashes Nekomaru's head in with a mace. It will not be our boy Nekomaru. And Angie does some Angie things, which, you know what? I gotta say, that sounds about right. That sounds about Angie. We'll proceed. Is it is it a terrible turnabout? It is a terrible turnabout, in fact. Follow My Lead almost got themselves the win, but it's a terrible turnabout for Nekomaru. And now we can see it is Homeroom versus the False Gods. One team will go on to fight for those tag team championships. Kizakura has been going off 4 KOs, but we know that doesn't mean a thing in this simulator, in any simulator. It's all RNG, but who will RNG favor today? Will it be Angie? Will the grace of Atua finally give her the big win that she's been looking for? She's gotten a win in the past, but she wants one again. She wants another one under her belt. Will it be Kizakura? That man's with the finest hat. Could he pull through for the Agent of Chaos Chisa and for my ride or die Usami? I don't know. RNG will decide once we click proceed, but I'm asking you, who will it be? Will it be Angie? Or will it be Kizakura? Will it be Angie for Atua and Rhea for Sothis? Will it be Kizakura for Chisa, Kizakura for Usami? I don't know, but we're about to find out. Angie, Kizakura. We'll scroll down. What will fate dictate? As we click proceed, we will see that Kizakura was just too cute for this world and has ascended to a different plane of existence, which means as we proceed, we can see there's only one winner today. And that winner, not just that winner, not just the winner, but your winner. Graced by Atua, favored by Sothis, the False Gods pick up a win in tag team action thanks to the efforts of one Angie taking the win. Alright, it's been a long time. I guess Angie deserves another one. She got a win. Tag team action. This time, not for Jotaro, because they've teamed pretty much every single season except for this one. Yeah, this is the first season she's teamed with someone else, and this time, she comes out on top for them. Angie for the False Gods taking the win. Kizakura for Homeroom in second place. Nekomaru third. Follow My Lead. Follow My Lead, I feel like, has gotten a lot of top 10 placements this season. Keiji in fourth for the Selfless Saviors. Keiji almost taking the victory. Himino in 5th, Chihiro in 6th, ruined by my curse. Didn't I like in the canon of this game also jinx Chihiro like in an event? I think I did. So in 7th, Tinko in 8th, Joe in 9th, and Hajime rounding off your top 10. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the False Gods, and we will scroll down real slow-like for the rest of everyone who is here. It all started with Kokichi being last. It was almost Nekamaru being first. It would have been very poetic, but not today. We'll proceed to what happened. Himino started this all off by actually using a shovel to kill and bury Kokichi, and it all ended with Kizukuro, who was too cute for this world. I think Fuyuhiko suffered the same fate. You're just too cute for these games. You ascend to another plane of existence. You don't die, but you were a true elite, to say the least. And Angie picked up the win. That was probably a Tua, and so there's both Grace and Kizukuro to ascend instead of dying. I like to think it was their grace. Angie graced Kizukuro to not die, but instead to ascend. The False Gods take this victory as we proceed. Kizukuro had 4 KOs. One would think that he would have gotten that last one, but no. It was the False Gods for you. Tinko with 4 as well. Himino and Sarah both with 3. Chihiro, Hajime, Joe, and Lysithia, and Sato with 2. Everyone else with 1 or less. The False Gods took this one once again, and we can bring up, as I go on and go back to the reaping, the tag team bracket, which is getting full, you guys. Getting full. There they are. It's your girls, the False Gods. So good on them. Good on Angie. Can't be mad at that. Angie, she needed one. I know there's a lot of Angie fans. I know there's a lot of Angie not fans. So how do you feel about the Angie one? That's all I gotta say. I'm okay with it. I've learned some things about Rhea recently, so me and Rhea, we got a little bit of beef, but good on Angie, good on Rhea, good job the False Gods. They're there. They're gonna be fighting for the titles at the end of the season, potentially against the Pure Boys, because you know chaos hasn't rained, but if it does rain, boy, will it rain. Who knows? Who knows? But tomorrow, first of all, a week from today, what, we're halfway through the season, technically, after tomorrow? Halfway through both seasons, rather. Both brackets, rather. So yes, the return of Yeet Ball is next Thursday, actually, which is gonna be great. I don't know who... Oh, give me... What team do you think should take on the team that won last season? Because they will be returning. That'll be a returning feature every season, the Yeet Ball halfway point. Because it's just dumb, but I like it. So pick a team of 12. What 12 and what would you name them? What would your team of 12 be? Leave those in the comments. I might just pick one. I might just pick one out. I think I have a couple ideas, but I might pick one of yours out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a fun one. This is a tricky one because so many perished during day 1, and then it was just pretty calm the rest of the time, all the way through day 8. That is how this game goes. That's how some of these go, but stay classy. It is the Year of the Ascent. Tune in, Dave, until tomorrow, which is... Oh, tomorrow's a fun one, actually. Tomorrow's a fun one. I liked it. I played with the items again. Everyone has more than one item, but not all of them, because that's... We don't know. That'd be a little too much. Stay classy. Year of the Ascent. Tune in. Like, thanks for watching.